let's review our 3 tools of emphasis. So starting with the la of emphasis. So the la of emphasis attaches to what? What kind of word?
Anything. So
Anything.
noun,
Action,
TLDR.
TLDR, right? So it's flexible. It can attach to anything. And then how do we distinguish between the TLDR la and the emphasis la?
TLDR la is only going to attach to an attached pronoun.
Yeah. So if it's followed by an attached pronoun, it's a TLDR.
And also meaning as well, right? Because the emphasis will translate as definitely, TLDR will translate as with.
Yeah, but all you really need is this simple rule. If it's followed by an attached pronoun, it's a TLDR. Otherwise, it's emphasis. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. And then we have our ba of emphasis. So it appears only in what kind of sentence?
Is sentence?
Is sentences.
A negated is sentence.
Yeah, right. And specifically is sentences that start with ma or laysa, which are our tools of negation. And then again, ba can also be a TLDR. So how do we distinguish between our emphasis ba and our TLDR ba?
Well, emphasis ba, and they're going to translate differently.
Right, translation. So if you end up with a translation that just doesn't work with the TLDR ba, probably it's an emphasis ba that you missed.
Okay.
And then, again, we can use our negated sentence hint, because it will only ever appear in negated sentences.
Okay.
And then here's one that I'll add for you. I'll throw in here that we actually forgot to go over in the original lesson, and that is it never attaches to a pronoun.
What doesn't attach to a pronoun?
The emphasis. Right? So if it's attached to a pronoun, you know that it's a TLDR. So for example, if you see bihi, or biha, or bika, for example, we know for sure that this is a TLDR because
it's attached to a pronoun?
The emphasis ba never attaches to a pronoun.
Okay.
So if it's attached to a pronoun, you can instantly say that it's a TLDR.
Okay.
Okay? And then last thing for ba of emphasis was laysa. So laysa is weird because it behaves like what?
Behaves like an action.
Behaves like an action, meaning it can have an embedded doer
Or an outside doer.
But it translates as how?
The meaning of laysa is not.
Is not, which makes it sound like...
Makes it sound like an is sentence.
Makes it sound like an is sentence. So how are we going to approach a laysa sentence?
What do you mean?
How do we approach translation of a laysa sentence?
We're going to translate doer action.
Yeah, we start with the doer, and then we translate the action. And the action translates as is not. And then our last tool was the noon of emphasis, and that attaches to the blank of a blank tense action. What part?
End.
The end of what kind of action?
Present tense.
Present tense action. And then we saw that it changes our endings, right? Because we have something attaching to the end, it kind of messes with the endings. So if it originally ended in a una, and then you add a noon of emphasis, the una is replaced with what?
U.
An u. And if it originally ended in a u, and then you attach your na of emphasis, the u is replaced by a right, a fatha. And then, how does the noon of emphasis translate? Translates as?
Will definitely.
Will definitely. So will, because it always is past tense, future tense. And then definitely for the emphasis. And then when we see ala plus a noon of emphasis, how does that translate?
Emphasize forbidding, right? So don't you dare.
Yeah, it's forbidding. So which we translate as don't you dare. Are we all clear on our tools of emphasis?
Mm-hmm.